Hi, my name is Khleif, and I'm the host of the Lifetime Cash Flow Through Real Estate Investing podcast. And every week I interview multifamily rock stars, and we talk about how they've built incredible wealth for themselves and their families through multifamily properties. So hit the like and subscribe buttons to get notified every Monday when a new episode comes out. Let's get to it. Welcome back to Multifamily Rockstars. So as you guys know, this is where we interview people that are crushing it in this business. And we show you the inside scoop, how, multifamily investors are creating massive success, not just in their businesses, but also in their lives. And as always, I've got the co-host, who's also the director of our massive action team for my Warrior Group, Mark Nagion. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Rod. Hey, happy to be here. Excited for this call. I was reading through their bio. I know these two personally, but reading through their bio, I did not know that 10 years ago they showed up here with $300 to their name, apparently. And hearing where they're at today, it's a super cool story. I'll let them get into it.
Now multimillionaires. No, it's fantastic. So we've got Michael and Regina Lucero. I think they became Warriors right before COVID hit in 2021. And like me, they are immigrants. And so I love that. And they're now in 569 units, 180 of those approximately as general partners. And, very excited to have you guys on. Welcome to the show.
All right. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Mark, for inviting us. This is really a dream come true for us.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Well, you told me before we started recording that this was on your vision board. Yes?
Yes, exactly. So right after joining the Warrior group, I put it, actually it's here on one of my book, and I think it's I would like to share it. Okay. I cut out your picture here. Where is that?
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's
my picture
that's
at
awesome.
the same time.
So for those of you that can't see this, he's got a picture probably from YouTube of an interview and plugged himself in as the person being interviewed. That is freaking awesome, brother. That is awesome. It's funny. I've got mine in the back of my book here, and I'll just show you something funny. The one thing I didn't reach yet is it's not even there anymore. I got the guy with a six-pack. I used to have my face above the six-pack. Now I haven't gotten the six-pack yet, but everything else in there I've gotten. Okay. But anyway, it's probably under there. It's under a layer of something. But anyway, so welcome to the show, and so excited that you're here, and so excited that this was really a goal for you, an outcome for you, and you made it happen. So why don't you take us back and tell us your story? You've got some pretty extraordinary stuff in your bio here that I'd love the audience to hear, about your daughter, about, how you came here, what you did when you came here, and then bring us into your real estate journey, and just take a few minutes and talk about that.
Yes. Thank you, Rod.
Thank you, Rod, for having us here. Thank you, Mark. It's our dream come true to get interviewed by you. It's just a dream before, but now we're here sharing our stories to everyone. So I think Michael can share our story then.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. About 2011 when we first came here, but prior to that, our eldest daughter has this rare condition that there's only 2 doctors in the Philippines. By the way, we're from the Philippines.
Gotcha.
And we're from the South, and the doctor requires us to travel every few weeks, and we cannot afford it. Yeah, so that's why I told Regina I was working also already on the livestock industry out there.
Okay, so hold on one second. So I'm gonna transcribe something you just said. So your daughter has a rare disease, and you had to travel to see the doctor, which was a real burden for you. Okay, right. Got it. And you've been in the agricultural, agriculture was your field, right?
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay, please continue.
Yes. So then afterwards, it's not feasible for us because even though for the salary I do have in the Philippines, it's not enough for us to, do the treatment.
Mm-hmm. And $500 a week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, $500 a week. Okay. And you couldn't afford it. Got it.
Couldn't afford it.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So to Regina to start applying, I left her my resume and application, and she just sent it. And eventually one of the farm, which is one of the biggest operation here in the US, take a look at my credentials, and they gave me an opportunity to come over here. And one of the doctor that we do have also local on the South, He's rheumatoid, but it's for adults. So she's not how do you say fit doctor for my daughter, but she recommended that if we have an opportunity to come in the U.S., go to North Carolina, where the Duke is, that especially specializes for children. And we're so blessed that God allowed us to, how do you say, to be relocated here in North Carolina. So since then, it's it took us a while for us to get the right medicine for her, but eventually, how do you say, with prayers and patience and supporting and all the stuff,
so you took her to Duke, yes? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
which is, I mean, as good as it gets. And so so just a bottom line, have they stabilized her? Is she doing well now?
Yes.
Doing well.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
praise God, because she's completely healed. They told us there's three ways it's gonna go. It's either it's gonna be lifetime to be like that, or it's gonna be recurring, or the third part will be completely healed. So since we taper off, we completely stopped the medication. Until now, she's really doing well.
Oh, fantastic.
It's
That's
17
fantastic
years old.
news. Fantastic news. That's fantastic news. So talk now about your real estate journey.
Okay, so 2019, since I'm working on the livestock, and like me and
By the
Regina-
way, he's a pig farmer, guys. Okay, so don't tell me what you can't do. Okay, so you're in agriculture. I mean, that's a first for me. I've never met a pig farmer, so I'm awesome. So okay, I interrupted. Please continue. Talk. How about you got into real estate?
Yeah, so I was working also. That's my full-time W-2 job, and Regina is also on the hospital. So we are not meeting each other because she leaves late in the afternoon. I leave around early in the morning, really early. By the time I'm gonna come back home, I'm so tired. I don't have enough time, energy to spend time with my kids. And that's what you can see. We got 4 kids in the background.
Right.
And yeah, it's like I told her, this is not sustainable. So why don't we try to do a real estate? And we tried to flip one in 2019. So we started a single family. We flipped one, then eventually at Regina, actually this one really, how do you say, I think this is a good vehicle for us to get what we wanted. But in order for us to get started, we did not set our standards high. And I told her, if we earn at least 5,000, at least, or even we break even on the flip, as long as we understand the process, I think we're good. I think that's the best way for us to learn.
Right.
And 2019, we end up flipping 2.
Okay.
Then I told her, so instead of us earning 5,000, it's way more. So I told her, yeah, this is I think we can do this. How do you say, on after our W-2 job.
Okay. So you kept flipping.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you actually have a meetup where you teach people about flipping. It's called Flipping 101, right? For beginners.
Yes,
right.
Correct.
Fantastic. So not only are you doing it yourself, you're helping other people do it. So let me ask you this, why multifamily?
So the first thing we came across on multifamily is we get this 8 units from our leads on single family, and we don't know what to do with that 8 units. So I researched how can we get financing for this 8 units. It's a commercial. It's different from single family. So I came across with, I think on Facebook, and I see your name, and then who's this guy? And then lifetime cash flow. So I listened to that podcast, and I told Michael, you have to listen to this.
And it's been all downhill since there. I know.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you started listening, and then at some point you must have texted Crush to talk to Mark. Yeah. So you texted Crush. And by the way, guys, if you're ever, there are obviously warriors. If you're ever interested in our warrior program to apply, that's what you do. You text Crush to 72345, and then, we check you out, you check us out. And then if it's a fit, then we bring you on. And I mean, in the warrior program, we're upwards of, I think, around 100 somewhere around 130,000 units, I believe, at this point that we know of. So it's just extraordinary. Somewhere between 120 and 130. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it's way up there. And I've only been teaching 5 years, so it's super, super proud of that. But again, if you're interested in applying, text the word Crush. So you did that, and then you joined the Warrior program, yes?
So Zach interviewed us, and then he said, "Oh, we have a boot camp." And then during the interview, I said, like, I couldn't wait till the boot camp. I want to join now. So I joined we joined the boot camp. The lifetime cash flow before the boot camp.
So you joined the Warrior program before the boot camp. Got it. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. And by the way, guys, this will go out before our next boot camp. We've got one coming up, and we've already had over 400 tickets sold. It's January 21st and 22nd, and it's virtual. It's 2 days. And if you go to rodslinks.com, it's the bootcamp site is there. And the reason I send people there now is there's a bunch of free resources as well. So if you're interested in this business, a bunch of free stuff there. Also, my goal setting workshop is at the bottom, which I'm redoing again on New Year's Day this year. So there's a lot of free stuff, free books, things like that. But the bootcamp's still only $97. So it's kind of a no-brainer because I don't sell anything there. And it's drinking through a fire hose. Did you guys enjoy the boot camp, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Yes, sir.
The first boot camp was the virtual, but like it fires us up.
Yeah, thank you. So you got into the Warrior program. Tell us a little bit about what you did. How, because I know you've done deals with Warriors. All the deals you've done since then have been with Warriors. So talk about how you made that happen.
So the first deal that we have is we joined ventures with our mentor, and also some of the Warriors. And then from there, it starts our journey with the multifamily.
Yeah.
So how did you guys decide how to do that? What were some of the things you guys looked for when you found those partners and other people to work with?
We look at we have the same value, and we have the different talent. So some of our partners, they're good in networking, and we also
So what are you guys good at? So what are you guys good at? Would you explain that?
Yeah.
So I would say, Rod, because of my background in flipping, so probably helping identifying things or stuff during due diligence on the property.
Look, things that need to be taken care of, repaired, helping with the asset management after the fact as well, making sure things get fixed properly. Yeah. And guys, just so you know, I know you've heard it ad nauseum on the show, but I'm going to say it again because it's the truth. And that is, this business is a team sport. And so you can hear how they got into a team and saw where they could add value, and maybe someone else is bringing the deal, somebody else is raising the money, maybe you guys are doing pieces of that as well. But there's just a lot of hats you can wear. Somebody's doing the underwriting and evaluating the numbers. So there's lots of different hats you can wear in this business. What do you think has been the toughest part for you? What do you think's been the hardest?
Probably on our journey, Rod, the change in mindset. That's the biggest thing. Because on single family, it's like, it's me, mine. But I would say the Warrior group, it's not a group to me. I feel it's a community because everyone is genuinely helping each other. Regardless how big, small, new, or old you are in the community, everyone is willing to help. So the value of like the mindset of abundance, we're not so familiar with that before because we're on the single family, but when we experience it in multifamily, that's just opened up a lot of opportunities and possibilities in lifetime partners, friends.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it is a struggle sometimes for people to get past that because in the single family space, you like you say, you do everything yourself. I bought 2,000 houses rented long term myself. I mean, I had some employees and stuff, but it was pretty much all me. And it was a real mindset shift for me to really go big in multifamily as well. So I can totally understand that. So that was a struggle. Go ahead, Mark. I've been talking all the questions.
No, that's okay. So for the people that are new that maybe haven't done any single or multifamily at all, what would you maybe advise them as their first step that they should take, or even the first thing that they should learn?
Good question.
I think they need to find what's their goal is. Like if they're a family, what's their goal? Like then start working towards it. Let's say, for example, a good example would be me and Regina's. By the way, February when we joined, I tendered my resignation by April.
No kidding. Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes,
wow,
sir.
good for you. Now, I don't recommend you do that until you've
I know.
replaced your income. You know that, guys. So those of you listening, don't go out and quit your jobs. But once you've replaced your income, hell, for sure. So fantastic. So did he answer the question, or were you finished? I can't remember what the question was. Okay, all right. Forgive me. I'm a little slow. So we have a lot of people that listen to this show that have not taken action yet, that know they need to take action. And, what might you say to those people that haven't done this yet?
So for the people that haven't started, like me and Regina, we're no special person. I am also introvert before. I have same as you guys. We have 4 kids and we have full-time W-2 when we started. We just, we just decided that, okay, this is great vehicle for us for our financial, financial
future, really. Yeah. Just your future. Sure.
And like, we surround ourselves with the people that actually crushing it in the business, because that's how you learn. And I also love when you said that you love your family sometimes from a distance.
Yeah. Because sometimes you have to, because they're fearful, huh? Yeah.
So one thing you touched on there, which is really, really interesting there, is you said that, hey, you guys are introverts, but you also said that you've done deals with other people. You're in the community. You guys also hold a meetup now. And I know I hear that a lot from people, is like, oh, I'm introverted. How do I build a team? How did you guys kind of break out of that introverted shell and kind of get into all those things that you just mentioned?
Yeah.
I would say if your intention is really to help, being introvert to begin with, you're going to learn how to genuinely share, if not the experiences that you encountered. So, and also the seminars that you encountered that you would like them to avoid, because I think that's our purpose also. It's not only us being like grabbing ourselves, pulling ourselves up, but we need to grab also other people like with our level also.
Oh, I love that. Love that answer. Love that answer, guys. And which is why you're successful. I don't know if I've mentioned this recently, but we had our boot camp in Denver, and we had a Hall of Fame for we picked 10 warriors that we really thought were exceptional, and not just because they had a lot of doors, some of them just because they helped other warriors. And we did little PowerPoint slides for each one of them. And I saw a pattern. Every single one of them does something to help other people. I mean, if it's veterans suicide, veterans homelessness, sexual trafficking, if it's building schools, every single one of them, it was extraordinary. And this is, so guys, those of you listening, that's a clue. Okay. This is what we call a freaking clue. So love it. So, what is the motivation right now? What is the why? I mean, you came on the podcast, so that's done. That's checked off the bucket list. What's what is driving this? Is it family? What I assume that's what it is, but I don't want to assume. Giving back. Giving back
to the community. Actually, we already put up a nonprofit organization with some of our warriors friends. Wow. And we're focusing on medical to the poor, give back, like help the people, because we've been there. We don't have anything before we came here. So now it's our time to give back. That's the main goal we're having that right now. I love that. That's so freaking awesome. I can't even tell you how awesome that is.
And one thing we haven't even touched on is you guys, right? I know, Michael, you mentioned you've left your job. Correct me if I'm wrong. Both you guys have quit your W-2 jobs, correct? Coming from basically nothing. What milestones were hit to make that happen? At what point did you say, okay, now is the time where we're quitting our jobs? What happened? The time when I had my first high performance coaching. And I have the mindset that, high performance coaching with Faisal, I think that's the time. And I said, we have the mindset, we need to do this. And the goal is there. I know there are bumps, but we already know also that we can.
That you could do it. Yeah. So what she's talking about, guys, is in our Warrior program, we also don't just teach the technical side of things. We have high performance calls. So you take action with what you get. And so, it very rarely comes up on the show here, but that's just one of it's kind of like a bonus. And we do really small group calls for those, and they're extraordinary. I mean, some people, warriors tell me they get more out of that than they do the financial gains that they make. So, well, that's an awesome answer. One question I have for you is in this journey of yours, were there any epiphanies? And what I mean, were there any like, aha, now I get it moments, where you're like, okay, now I get it. Talk about that. Maybe you already have, but if anything comes to mind.
I would say the importance of coach in your journey, because like if somebody's guiding you all throughout, and like somebody's telling you not to do this and which one to do for you to reach your goal faster, I think that would be a lot of value should be considered about getting coaches. So it's either it doesn't matter what field they're in right now, but actually having a coach that will gonna nurture you and correct you if you're doing something wrong or off track.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you. Obviously, I'm going to say yeah to that because I'm a coach, but I'm going to tell you that I have coaches myself right now, actually. And I've had them throughout my whole lifetime. It's Michael Jordan had 5 coaches. Okay. He's the best in the freaking world at what he does. He had his head coach. He had a nutrition coach, a relationship coach, assistant coach, I'm a physical therapy coach. I mean, they had coaches for every aspect. And again, he's the best in the world at what he does. So yeah, that's a great answer.
So why do you guys feel that way? Where do you think you would be today if you did it on your own and you didn't have someone to help you?
One good example when Zach told us that, because he asked us, how many units do you would like to get before the end of the year? And since we don't have any experience at all in multifamily, so like we told Zach, okay, look, 20, because that seems so big to us. Then when Zach told us like, look, 20 and 200 is the same. So like, okay. So like me and Regina's like, okay, let's go 200. Okay, we'll do 200.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So by the way, Zach is on our massive action team. That's who he's talking about. And so you said 20 and he said, come on, add a 0. Okay. And now you're at 569. Good Lord. That's fantastic, guys. So incredible. So, you said get a coach. That's right. What did you have to sacrifice or give up, if anything, to achieve this success? Was there any sacrifices that you had to make?
Sacrifices. So for me, probably, for all the things that are unnecessary that I love to do before, and it's not making me healthy or, staying late night and all the stuff, not even eating good quality foods. Right, so those kind of stuff. So for me, it's not a sacrifice, but it's a turning point for me to, I need to take care of my body, because like this is the only thing that I have, and I have 4 kids that I would like to spend
Great answer. Great. In fact, I don't know if the email already went out. I just sent out my juicing video where I have vegetable juice every morning. And I just sent that video to all the warriors. If it didn't go out, it's going out today or tomorrow. Although I have black hair, it didn't help me with the hair because I did it like 4 years ago. And it's like, I've gone completely gray since then. But I've got a wife that's 23 years younger than I am. And it's how I've stayed healthy is exercise and that nasty vegetable shake every morning. But, that's a great answer. And guys, here's the thing. Those of you listening, if you're willing to grind for a few years like most people won't, you can live the rest of your life like most people can't. But to grind, you've got to have energy. And especially if you've got a full-time job, you've got kids, you've got a spouse, and then you're trying to do this as a side hustle, takes some incredible energy. And the only way you have energy is if you're healthy. So, that's a really good answer. So, I'm down to a last question or two. I want to ask you, what is your definition of success?
For me, a definition of success is to help someone.
Same answer. Okay. Same answer, to help people. That's such, you guys are going to be so incredibly successful over your lifetimes because of that frame of mind. Just incredible. Well, listen, It is a treat to see you again, and we really appreciate having you on the show. And I know you've inspired people. And guys, get the memo. It's we all feel like we have to achieve to be happy. But if you're giving back, you're happily achieving, and you're going to get there so much faster. That's just the way God or the universe works. And so, as evidenced by these two beautiful souls here. Well, listen, it's great to see you guys. Thank you for coming on, and I'm sure I'll see you again soon. Mark, I'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah, thanks guys.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, guys, thanks. See you.
Rod, I know a lot of our listeners are wanting to take their multifamily investing business to the next level. Now, I know you've been hard at work helping our Warrior students do just that using our ACT methodology, which is awareness, close, and transform. Can you explain to the listeners how they can get our help?
You bet. Guys, we've been going nonstop for 3 years, building an amazing community of like-minded people. And our coaching students, which we call our warriors, have had extraordinary results. They've purchased thousands and thousands of units. And last year, we did over 1,000 units with our students. And we're looking to grow this group and take it to the next level. We're looking for people who want to follow a proven framework that's really step by step, and then leverage our systems and network to raise equity, to find and close deals, and to build partnerships nationwide. Now, our warrior community is finding success in any market cycle. So if you're interested in finding out more about how you can become more of our incredible network and take advantage of the incredible opportunities that are coming very soon, apply to work with us at mentorwithrod.com or text the word crush to 72345, and we'll set up a call so you can check us out and we can check you out. Again, to apply, text crush to 72345.